Uh, so I'm mildly not smart. Uh, I didn't realize. So as you noticed, I've been grinding in part one. Uh, and in part one, there are three characters. Technically four, but you can't recruit Rhea. Um, there are three characters in the Azure Moon route that I can't actually uh, that I don't have recruited currently. Uh, so yeah. Uh, I thought that there weren't, because there are actually specific circumstances for chapters that you can loop, and I thought that there weren't any chapters that you could loop in this route after recruiting them. Turns out that was wrong, and I'm a dum dum. Oops. I done goofed. I done goofed. Apologies. Uh, um, yeah, I totally messed up. Uh, yeah, specifically the final. Oh, what the hell? Why did that get moved? Sorry about that. Specifically the final chapter of the final chapter of Azure Moon. Almost said Azure Gleam. The final chapter of Azure Moon can be infinitely grinded after I have all of these characters. I'm still gonna month grind for one specific reason. One, I want to unlock classes for a few characters. Um, it's gonna be weird because some of my characters aren't level 20, so I can't get classes on some characters, which is eh, kind of eh. But um, yeah, that's totally on me. Uh, I definitely should have paid more attention with that. Um, mm, but the second reason is some supports don't become like you lose access to some supports in part two. So like I think like if you wait too long to do some supports, you just won't be able to do them once part two starts. So I want to do them now before part two starts. That's essentially it. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna still infinitely month grind, but it's not gonna be like actual maps for now. It's gonna be just academy, and I'm gonna do meals. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna do a little bit of support grinding, and we can watch some fun cinematics and learn more about the characters. Yay!
Oh my.
This is. I can. I would be.
I realize...
I appreciate...
Looks... That looks...
Eating.
This...
As a... You've been spending a lot of time at the training ground, Mercedes. As far as swordsmanship goes, you're like a whole new person.
Thank you. I have such a great time when you teach me that improving comes naturally.
It's all because of your own hard work. Compared to you,
You shouldn't be so disappointed in yourself. You're improving too. You just need to keep at it.
Well, I can hold a needle and thread without breaking anything now. That's... something.
That's a big step. When we started, you couldn't even hold a pair of scissors without twisting them apart.
True. I'm sorry for being such a burden.
You're no bother at all. I like sewing with you. It reminds me of when I was young and my mother taught me how to sew. My mother would sit with my brother and me, and we'd all sew together. Ah, I really miss it. Even though I was barely better than you when I started. Did your mother like to sew, Dimitri?
My birth mother? From my father's accounts, she wasn't great at it either.
Oh, of course. I forgot that the Queen of Fargus passed away long ago.
Yes. I don't really remember what she was like. But I remember my stepmother, always sitting by the window sewing away.
I'm sure she would have been happy to teach you if you had asked.
She always looked so lonely when she was sewing. So unreachable. She was kind to me, yes, but when she was like that, it was hard to talk to her. I'm not certain she would have wished to teach me.
I'm so sorry, Dimitri. I didn't mean to bring up such difficult memories.
Don't worry about it. If I don't talk about those things sometimes, I'll risk forgetting them altogether. And that would truly be a shame.
I see.
But now I'm just going on and on about myself. Why don't you tell me more about you?
More about me? Oh, goodness. I don't even know what to say.
It's hard to think of something on the spot, isn't it? You could speak of your family, I suppose.
You want to know more about my family? On that topic, I'm happy to oblige. In fact, I'm so glad you asked. It's important to think about your past and share it every now and then. This might take a while, but would you be willing to stay and listen?
Of course. I will listen for as long as you wish.
La 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 la. Such lovely weather for painting.
Bernadetta?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
It's just me, Linhart. What are you doing?
Painting! Just painting. Not important. Am I in your way? I'm in your way. I'll just go. I'm going.
No need for all that. I just came out here to read. I'll stay quiet and still so as not to bother you. How's that? If you want to go, that's fine too.
No. I'll stay.
Say, aren't you usually holed up inside?
It's
mad? At you? Never. I rather admire you, in fact. I fantasize about shutting myself in my room and never going outside again. It sounds like paradise. However, I wouldn't be able to perform my research. That, Bernadetta, is a problem.
What? You admire me? Nuh-uh. No way. I know a trick when I see one. What are you plotting? So you want to copy me, is that it? And what's a copy do with the original? Replace it! Well, I've got you figured out. I won't just sit back and take it. I'll fight you!
What? That's no... this is too much hassle. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry! Please don't kill me!
How are you, Catherine? You look well enough.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Never better.
That is good. I cannot help but be concerned, given your tendency toward incautious behavior. While boldness can be a virtue, I do hope you will bear in mind that recklessness is not. A moment's negligence can lead to a mortal wound for even the most skilled fighter.
You worry too much. If they saw me in action, the wounds themselves would cower.
That is precisely the attitude that worries me, especially given your history. You have been gravely injured before, as you no doubt recall.
Me? Gravely injured? When did that happen?
You mean you have forgotten? It was during your days as a student at the Officers' Academy. There was an excursion, a monster hunt. You charged ahead and left your fellow students behind. You ended up alone and surrounded. You almost died. Do you truly not remember?
Are you sure? All I remember is cutting down monsters left and right.
That is true enough, but you nearly bled to death in the aftermath. The Archbishop was so concerned for your life that she tended your wounds personally.
Oh, that was when that happened. Finally! It all fits together. Lady Rhea looking after me. Now that I remember clearly. That was the first time she ever spoke to me. I was lying on the ground, caked in mud, and she gently picked me up, even stroked my hair. The emotions were so overpowering that they must have just cleared away my memory of the whole incident. So it was during the monster hunt. Thanks, Sedith. That's been bothering me for ages.
That is not quite why I brought it up.
Come to think of it, Lady Rhea hasn't healed me since then. Maybe if I get wounded badly enough, I'll have that honor again.
I know you have a fondness for the Archbishop, but do try to control yourself.
Come again.
Okay.
That. Each new.
What now? I suppose.
I...
Don't.
I think I get it. You.
You're. You're.
friend.
It'll be an easy win.
Okay, let's give it a try.
We finished. As long...
I understand.
We're co- As-
Next.
a tr- I pass.
Whoa!
Perfect.
Of course.
Well,
Is this a...
I'm sure you did. Figures. Okay.
This is my most favorite dish of all. I love it almost as...
I...
This is...
This is my absolute favorite. How did you know?
This is so... somehow...
That? But...
Yeah!
I like.
This food is a revelation. I can't help but smile when I eat it.
It's kind of nice to break bread with you.
This is...
The flip...
I think...
Okay. My thank you so much.
I am grateful.
Thank you.
My thank you so much.
I am grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have gratitude.
Teacher.
Ugh!
I can do better now.
I'm getting
How long will...
One step before.
I feel like I...
Not as hard as I always. I'm getting the hang of.
You see, I shall. You see, I could.
Zip. You're. Zip.
Nope. No problem. I will. Nope. I'm get.
professor.
Look, Professor!
How long will this...
Well, we're...
Work. Easy.
It's all...
The truth.
I pass.
Oh, yeah!
perfect.
Of course.
Well,
Was there a...
I'm sure. Figures.
flavor is nostalgic to me for some reason. I'd like some more.
That looks delicious.
This is my favorite. I am rather
There's no one I'd rather eat with than the
Here.
This
Delicious. This is
Eating alone.
looks good.
This is.
I appreciate any good meal, but nothing beats enjoying my favorite food.
This is delicious! My absolute favorite!
Eating delicious.
This is.
I think I like this.
I've eaten many.
Hey,
Professor.
Okay.
My thank you so much.
I am grateful.
thank you.
do you pretend not to recognize me?
Annette,
I've been looking everywhere for you. Please stop treating me like a stranger. I can't bear it. Father, wait! How long will you keep avoiding me like this?
I have lost the right to face you or your mother.
This has nothing to do with rights. We're family. I'm your daughter.
Indeed, you are my daughter. Yet I am no father. I am only a fool who abandoned his family.
You really think it was foolish to abandon us?
I do.
Then the least you can do is apologize. I'm fine, but Mother deserves as much. I finished my studies at the School of Sorcery and entered the Officers' Academy. I have a busy and satisfying life now. But Mother, she's waited for you to return all this time, living under my uncle's roof.
I am sorry, Annette.
I already told you, don't say that to me. Apologize to Mother. Let her see your face.
That I cannot do. I know you do not understand, but it is the way of things. As for you, Annette, say the word, and I will disappear from your life forever. For now, though, I must return to my duties.
Father, how could you be so cruel?
Okay, I must drop off these papers with Bernadetta. I'm not sure how to go about this. She's as timid as a mouse, and that's when speaking to people her own age. She'll likely scream the second she sees me. Maybe this is a mistake. All that noise is going to frighten the other students.
Hi. Can I help you?
Ah, hello. I have some business with Bernadetta. I wasn't sure how to approach her.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but okay. What business do you have with Bernie?
I was supposed to deliver this, you see. Perhaps you can take it off my hands?
Right. Thanks for taking the time.
No trouble at all. Here it is.
Thanks. I'm going to head in now, if that's okay.
Whew, that's quite a relief. How kind of Bernadetta's friend, making that delivery for me. Wait a second. That was Bernadetta. But it couldn't have been. She spoke so normally. She didn't act frightened at all. In fact, she was quite friendly. Ouch! Oh, yes, it still hurts when I pinch my cheek, so I'm not dreaming. I'm glad the ordeal's done with, but now I feel terribly confused and a little worried. Meek little Bernadetta, what have they done to you?
Thanks. I'm a quick step. Off. I'm looking. Off. Cast. Go on. Cast. This isn't.
It's all...
You... I think it's... Oh. Thank. This. That. No. My. It's.
Professor.
Ready to have some fun?
Yes, let's do it.
Well?
I'm finding my focus.
This isn't so hard.
I learn with my heart, not...
Good results.
Yes.
It's all thanks...
Hey, Silent.
A true.
You sleepy? How you doing? Outside of that.
I passed? Well done, me.
Better than bad. Just got off BC with some friends. Yay. I'm playing 3 houses. It's a miracle. I'm not playing 3 hopes. Sorry. Yay. Shaking my head, Caspar. I am aiming to 100% the game. So, yay. Did like 3 houses better. But to be fair, I don't like Warriors games like that. Yay! I mean, when it came to 3 hopes, it was a game where, actually gameplay-wise, I would turn my brain off, but I am looking into doing, like, individual level speedruns. I've done a few of them casually, because they're not too competitive. I'm thinking of doing them a bit more, with a bit more investment, but we'll see.
Well.
But I am still, for what I'm actually saying, I am aiming to 100% it. So, well, yeah. I doubt none of these games have a competitive speedrun. Like the original Hyrule Warriors has a pretty active speedrunning scene, so there's that. Comparatively speaking. And Fire Emblem speedruns are... it's more than you'd think. But... there's a funny thing in the Warrior speedrun Discord where someone literally just went in there and was like, why is this a speedrunning Discord? Don't you guys just have a normal Discord? Just for, like, advice? And I'm like, what did you think you were getting into? I was like...
I'm sure.
Like... you're the one who came in here! And he just got, like, mad because it was a speedrunning Discord. And I'm just like... oh, okay?
Figures.
Oh. But yeah. I'm wanting to 100% it because there was a specific video I was thinking of making. But we'll see. Oh. It's the Viscum! Have you, were you around when Viscum started popping up? Were you around when these showed up? Yeah. Do you know the story behind the Viscum? You were, but you never got one? Okay. I assume you know what they are, like, story-wise. Yeah, you do? Okay. And, like, how they're, like, the turrets that the Agarthans use. But internally, it's just a guy with a sword, with that sword. Which, you know what? If it works, it works. Which is really funny. Like, if it works, it works. That's a good way to do it. But the fact that someone was like, oh my god, I can just hack that into my inventory and the game thinks it's a normal weapon. I did only do 1 playthrough though. Yeah, this is actually only my 5th playthrough of the original game. Which is kind of crazy. But I've experienced everything story-wise. Now I'm just like wanting to actually just fully 100% it. I have way more time in 3 Hopes than I do this game. Which you can tell just by my save files. I'm just a huge Fire Emblem fan in general, though. I have about as much time in this game as I do in Engage. I've played a lot of Engage. Favorite route?
I like this.
This is nearly a...
Honestly, I like them all. Like, if you're talking favorite route between both games, and this is gonna be... It's gonna be really controversial. I know you meant favorite route. I know this is gonna be really controversial, that my favorite route is actually a Three Hopes one, but it's Golden Wildfire. Like, because I prefer, I massively prefer just Three Houses.
This is the...
Ooh, this...
Because I don't know anything about Three Hopes. Three Hopes has a problem where every single one of the routes kind of ends before, ends way too early. It ends, like, right before the real crescendo, if that makes sense. But, outside of that, it characterizes really well, because it does this thing where it took the fan feedback, and it also mixed it in with a lot of unused ideas from Three Houses.
I'd like some more.
Yeah, it doesn't end as it gets started, but it ends like 2 chapters early, it feels like. Because you know how in Three Houses you have like 4 big bosses you're fighting in Three Houses. Like 3 or 4 big bosses you're fighting. Because you have the enemy side, and then you have the church. And you have like 2 people with you have the church or the Agarthans typically. In Edelgard's route, you have 2 sides and you have the church, because you're fighting 2 nations and the church. So you have to deal with all of that, and you have like a few people within those nations that you're fighting at the same time. You kind of only fight one of those in Three Hopes, because like the crescendo in Three Hopes is you kill the Agarthans or you kill the church, and it leaves everything among the other nations completely ambiguous. In Three Hopes, you never deal with Dimitri, Edelgard, or Claude when you're fighting them. That is like, it's just like, oh, the war never gets settled, which is weird, but it's just something you kind of have to deal with, which is it's a major problem, and I will acknowledge it. But I think the characterization for a lot of characters is just so much better, and the main reason for that is they toned down the flanderization for pretty much everyone drastically. A lot of the characters feel so much more realistic and grounded. They also recontextualized a lot of characters to give them a lot, I wouldn't say serious, but they give them a lot more relatable stories and contexts. Like, in Three Hopes, Sylvain isn't a hollow piece of shit flirt, and his supports actually kind of matter, because it goes more in depth with his relationship with his family, his house, his friends, his past, and his responsibilities as the next heir to House Gautier. And due to the context of the story, he kind of grew out of his flirting phase. To be fair, Three Houses, the Golden Deer take care of every threat. Yeah, that's why I like Claude so much more in Three Hopes. They took away his Mary Sue-ass Mary Sue-ness. Claude isn't a Mary Sue in Three Hopes. That's what I like so much about Three Hopes is Claude. you actually see flaws in the character. He feels a lot more grounded and realistic, and you see a lot more of his edges. He is still a really good schemer and an incredibly smart person, and he feels true to the character that you see in Three Houses. But he doesn't just, he's not the magic fucking cure all, I have a plan for everything. It doesn't get the power of friendship out of nowhere. It's not like a power of friendship thing, it's that Claude just magically has the answer. And that's what I don't like about Claude in Three Houses. I like his character. I like his ambition. I like his goals. I don't like that he just magically has the answer for everything. I don't like that he's the one who figures everything out.
Full of my favorite dishes.
With it feels like he doesn't earn the payoffs he gets. And it feels like there's just no downside to Claude. It's just like, oh, Claude's perfect. Because he's a Mary Sue. He genuinely, Claude is just a Mary Sue. And it's just like, it is frustrating. But in Three Hopes, they took that aspect of him away. Like, it's weird to say that a character is better because they have flaws, but Claude is better because they have flaws.
Somehow, the food of Fodlan.
Like, Claude is better because he has flaws. Genuinely. That helps his character a lot. But what was I saying? I was saying brain stuff. And it's like that for a lot of characters in Three Hopes. They feel a lot more grounded. They have more rounded characters. It's not weird to say that. Yeah, I don't think it is, because character flaws are a part of what makes a character feel relatable. Perfect characters wouldn't be as likable. Yeah, because they don't feel realistic. They feel like plot devices at that point, rather than characters. Like, they feel idealistic, and you can definitely look up to them, but they don't feel realistic and attachable. That's why almost every good character has big flaws. Yeah, definitely. It is really cool seeing a lot of Three Hopes' characters, because you see them in wildly different contexts too. Dimitri is a big one because obviously in Three Hopes, Dimitri isn't a goddamn murder hobo. Like, you never see Dimitri snap in Three Hopes, which is a big aspect of it, because you actually get to deal with Dimitri as the King of Fargus. And Dimitri's whole plot in Three Hopes is figuring out the truth of the tragedy of Dusker. And he doesn't fully, like, he never ends up with the false truth that Edelgard was somehow behind the tragedy of Dusker, which is this major plot hole, because Edelgard was like 10 at the time. And you find out, like, obviously those who slither in the dark was just trying to they were just trying to, like, trick Dimitri into doing it. Yeah, Dimitri, it does and it doesn't at the same time, because like, Dimitri obviously has a lot of trauma tying to it, and those who slither in the dark were, like, Dimitri snapping makes sense. Him buying into the narrative that it was all Edelgard, the 10-year-old's fault, does not make sense. But he also was being very deliberately manipulated in order to believe that it was Edelgard, in order to essentially, it's a long and complicated plot that's hard to explain. That does not happen in Three Hopes because Dimitri becomes king. Dimitri actually becomes king of Fargus a lot earlier, and Edelgard outs those who slither in the dark from the Empire. So those are two very big changes. Essentially the prequel to Three Hopes, like the entire Academy phase happens in the first 3 chapters of Three Hopes. Because they get you right into the war arc. And it's just a massive example of the domino effect. And it's mostly because Shez is there. And it all stems from the fact that Shez actually manages to kill Costas. And because of that, the bandits went to a different direction. And because of that, the real Monica got rescued. Like,
What?
You actually rescue the real Monica. Like, that's not Kranya in Three Hopes. You rescue the real Monica, and because of that, shit kind of goes down. And Edelgard finds the opening she needs to essentially out those who slither in the dark from the Empire. And she gets Talus the fuck out of there. And due to that, Cornelia kind of panics and starts a coup in the kingdom, and Dimitri is essentially forced to kill his uncle, who was the regent of the kingdom at the time, like the regent leader of the kingdom. And because his uncle is dead, Dimitri is forced to essentially become the king of the kingdom 5 years early. So because of that, the academy closes down, and Claude is forced to return home to the Alliance and ends up taking the reins as the leader of the Alliance, like the leader of House Regan. So essentially, Edelgard becomes the emperor without the Agarthans there. You have Dimitri who's the king already and doesn't ever snap. And you have Claude leading the Alliance. And the big thing, Edelgard doesn't act like she still wants to go to war, but she gets her full 2 years to plan it out. She does not have to do any shady business with the Agarthans, and she doesn't have to panic and essentially pull the trigger early because she gets discovered by Rhea as the Flame Emperor. She just gets to plan things out and do it all properly, and she catches everybody off guard, and shit essentially goes down. She's not nearly as obvious about it. Yeah, because she literally uses the Knights of Saros in order to stage her coup on the Empire and out Talus, Lord Arundel. Like she outs Talus from the Empire. And like it's a whole big thing, and it's hard to explain in the context of like sitting here in Three Houses. But yeah, it's cool to watch it all play out, though. You know what? I could just save real quick. I could just like actually put on the cutscenes. Oh, I have every cutscene unlocked. Also, not gonna lie. I think Feed My Byleth really just do. Fair. I have no preference. Honestly, with Byleth, I don't have a preference. With most of the avatars, there is one that I like more. But with Byleth, I I think they both look good. I feel like male Byleth got to be canon. Yeah. I think female Byleth is canon in Three Hopes. I think male Byleth is canon in Engage. Record Hall. Events. Scarlet Blaze. Yeah, like here's where you rescue Monica. Is female Robin? Male based off of Engage and spin-offs.
I'm not sure what to say except thank you, everyone.
How did you end up in such an awful place, Monica? I heard you went missing in House Ox territory.
I did indeed. In fact, I was on the verge of graduation when I was kidnapped by the strangest people. Oh, how silly of me not to introduce myself. I'm Monica von Ox. I'm the eldest child of Baron Ox, and one of your Highness's most loyal subjects. Seeing as you saved my life, I plan to devote that very life back to helping your cause.
I prefer male Robin. I'll be fully honest.
Though I do appreciate the enthusiasm.
Monica was a Black Eagle in last year's class. One might say she's part of the old guard.
You know, well, I let these cutscenes play, because it's... Oh, do I? I'm so surprised. I mean, technically this design is for both Robins. Brave Robin, they reuse the outfit.
The bandits and you gave chase.
This is, I know it's sarcasm.
A suspicious fortress and rescued a missing student. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be sure to smooth things over for you once we're back.
Sounds good. But, why are you even here, Alois?
Because the Knights sent for help after you left them behind. Did you expect anything different? Not that I'm trying to lay blame at your feet.
Oh yeah, this is a big reason why Edelgard gets her opening. Because Edelgard essentially was constantly being watched by those who slither in the dark at the church because Solon was there watching her. Like Solon Tomas, the guy who was disguising himself as the librarian. And you're about to see what happens.
To think the same bandits who attacked our charges were behind another student's abduction.
Hmm? I never said I was kidnapped by bandits.
You didn't?
Now that I think on it, not everyone in that fortress was dressed like a common rogue. Perhaps the bandits were mere decoys while some other villain pulled strings behind the scenes.
Yeah, there was one real piece of work. Kranya, I think, who managed to escape. I've seen all kinds of people as a mercenary, and she was definitely not your everyday bandit.
You're on the right path. Perhaps I should just tell you who kidnapped me, seeing as I already know.
What? Why didn't you mention this earlier?
Everyone was busy speculating, so it was difficult to cut in.
What do you know, child? Out with it.
Her Highness can vouch for this, but my memory is quite strong.
Try remarkable. You never forget a face, even one seen only at a glance.
Your Highness, thank you for the compliment. I'm certain of what I saw. The one who kidnapped me was surely Tomas the librarian.
Yep, Tomas gets outed. So Edelgard essentially can act at the academy completely free of the Agarthans spying on her. This is a big reason why she is able to stage her coup on the Empire, because they have absolutely zero idea of what she's doing. Granted, it's only for a brief period of time, but it's Edelgard. That's kind of all she needs for this opening.
Her hands. Not a word of this to anyone. Is that clear?
Well, now things are getting...
Yeah. And then you'll see right here.
There he is!
Hmm?
That man down there.
Lady Rhea wants to speak with you. I suggest you accept.
This doddering persona of mine will benefit me no further.
What is this?
Familiar, right?
Such hubris from mere vermin. You will pay for this.
Yep.
Find him!
Right!
What he did was just like...
Stub my toe. And doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Prologue. The Shadows of Adrestia. Upon his return to Garreg Mach, the...
That was the wrong cutscene.
Things went like clockwork with Monica.
And you'll see what
Professor
Edelgard's planning
Yaritza
here
playing his
while I
part
grab some
so
ramen.
ably. And equally to those arrogant fools for letting their guards down.
I doubt we will see such fortune next time.
Next time? Oh, don't tell me.
The moment has come to take matters into our own hands at the Imperial capital. This is our chance to finally be rid of them.
But, Lady Edelgard, we aren't ready. We'll need an entire host to keep them in check.
And we have one. The Church.
Forgive my impertinence, but that is not the plan.
You are the man who once told me to leave no sword in its scabbard.
Yes, but one must also take care not to wound themselves when unsheathing it. I am sorry, milady, but this plan is ill-advised. I cannot support it. And even if I were to ignore common sense and go along, it still throws our future plans into disarray.
I thought you devised countermeasures to deal with the Church. Use them.
But those were meant for... Very well. Are you absolutely certain this is the path?
I am anything but certain. Yet the bandit attack in the mountains created an opportunity we cannot ignore. And I doubt the appearance of this new mercenary is simple coincidence. Plans can be rewritten, Hubert. Either we're doing this, or we're not. Will you sit around and wait for a miracle? Or will you help me seize control of my fate?
I am with you, Lady Edelgard. As ever. Then let us walk forward on this path, and see where it takes us.
I apologize for bringing this to you on such short notice, Archbishop.
Not at all, Edelgard. But might I ask, what prompted this sudden desire to return to Inbar?
We believe one of Tomas's collaborators may have infiltrated the capital.
My word!
Tomas tended the library at Garreg Mach for decades, with nary a blemish on his record. And then, without warning, he drops his disguise and reveals himself to be a vile sorcerer of terrible ability. Someone at the capital also fits that pattern. A man we know all too well.
And who might that be?
My uncle, and regent of the Empire, Volkard von Arundel.
His lordship briefly defected from the Empire before reappearing several years later. But he returned a changed man, and began seizing power almost immediately. Witnesses claim he wields dark magic in secret, and is able to change his appearance at will.
That does sound suspicious, if these witnesses can be believed.
I would ask that you do believe them, as the information comes from my own House Vestra.
I see. And when you return to the capital, how do you propose to deal with this uncle of yours?
Lord Arundel has the support of a number of influential nobles, including the Prime Minister, Duke Ayer. And while we have allies of our own, it's likely they'll require some convincing. To that end, we wish to bring our friends here at the Academy, their daughters and sons, with us under the supervision of Professor Yuritsa.
We hoped you would consider deploying the Knights of Seros, so the Imperial Army doesn't get any strange ideas.
You wish to march on the Empire, with the Church's knights at your back?
Your support would give credence to our claims.
Additionally, the Knights would keep the populace in check upon our arrival, thereby preventing the city from descending into utter chaos.
The more I hear of this, the more credible the threat sounds.
It's clear you have thought carefully and planned well.
We intend to seize the palace with our own forces, and will do our utmost to contain the conflict there. But we still need your help. Please.
I have two conditions. The first, when you capture Lord Arundel, he is to be turned over to the Knights at once. The second, our Knights are not to engage in battle directly.
I would have it no other way.
Step lightly, Edelgard. Should these claims about Lord Arundel prove false, we will take action accordingly. Make no mistake as to who will be held accountable.
Understood. But please know we have nothing to gain from deceiving the Church.
Very well. I will summon the Knights and let you instruct them as to your plan. May the Goddess watch over you all.
Then she fully manages to actually do it.
I know when I am bested.
And this is what I mean when I say the domino effect is in play with Three Hopes. Because this is essentially the entire Academy arc of Three Hopes.
We are the darkness itself, and the darkness cannot be slain.
At least for, like, Scarlet Blaze.
He escaped.
Cowardly of him, but we can take comfort in our victory either way.
Yeah, I guess.
Now what?
Huh? Are you kidding me? When mercs celebrate a win, we slap our open palms together like that.
Also, main reason why I'm using female Byleth is because I did a solo Byleth run like 4 years ago, which this save file is an extension from. And in that run, I did actually get every single class with Byleth. I'll just show off my Byleth stats, so I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. Alright, yeah, definitely get some sleep. Yeah, you can see they got War Master. They also got Dark Bishop, as well as the Prerequisite class, Grappler, Brawler, Dark Mage. Every single class. And then... yeah, this is just satisfying. Obviously, they do not have every S rank, unfortunately. This is unfortunate for me. They don't even have every A rank. They don't have every A rank because I did that solo Byleth run before the Ashen Wolves came out, for one. And also, I just never got it with Gilbert. Because I didn't do much with Gilbert. He joined so late. And I didn't realize you could get supports with unrecruited units. But yeah. Outside of that, Byleth's just maxed. I even did every paralog in that run of mine. Fine. Right. Yeah. Just a bit of fun stuff, though.
Hey there.
Alright. Definitely get some rest. Also, have you seen the amiibo thing? Real quick. Have you seen the amiibo reward in this game? I don't think you have because it's New Game Plus exclusive.
Okay.
But the Holy Tomb. This is one of the most broken things in the game. Yeah. Every time you explore, you just get stuff like this. You get rare items. Sometimes it's common items. You get tea. There's just a Seraph Rub. Black Pearl. Yeah, three stat boosters. You can also get rare accessories. Stuff that's limited, like even in yeah, like I have a bunch of Hexlock shields from that. Like some silver shields. Pretty much all of my rings are from the Holy Tomb. And then when you talk to Sophis the first time, you get... oh, guide. You get an exclusive... where is it? You get an exclusive spell for Byleth called the Sophis Shield, which is essentially ward for the entire map. All of your allies get +7 resistance, and it like goes down for 3 turns. It's just ward for your entire map, which is really nice on on certain routes where you just fight nothing but mages. Mainly Black Eagles, where you just fight so many mages. But yeah. Like, the Holy Tomb is just so fucking busted. And you don't even need a Fire Emblem amiibo for it. Scan any amiibo once, and you unlock the Holy Tomb permanently on your save file. The only thing that Fire Emblem amiibo unlock is music tracks during auxiliary battles. That is all that you unlock for Fire Emblem amiibo. And like, even without New Game Plus, you get the stuff out here. Like, this is what you get in your normal save file, is this stuff out here. And that refreshes every time you go there. And like, as you can see, I didn't scan my amiibo. It just refreshes automatically. Alright. Yeah. Once he's on, yeah, go to sleep. Yeah. Alright, have a good night, though. I'm gonna put on sports.
Yes! These are the moments I live for!
I don't understand you.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
Trust me, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So how did you like the cake? I bet you ate it, didn't you? I knew it was irresistible. What was the experience like? I'm curious, from a research perspective.
I don't know, I didn't eat it. I gave it to some kid.
You gave it to some undeserving child?
We've been over this. I don't like sweets.
Cake is not a sweet. Cake is the divine essence of the heavens.
Everyone has their own tastes.
That's true, but life without cake is no life at all. Your dismissiveness regarding cake is inexcusable.
I'm not sure why you're so fixated on this.
I simply can't resist the spongy magnificence of cakes. I don't understand how you can be so dispassionate about it.
I don't know, I just don't like it.
Just try a bite. Come on, open up.
No, I already told you I don't want it.
But I made this one, with care and attention, love even. And I went light on the sugar, just for you.
Not light enough, I'd bet. If I eat this, will you stop bothering me?
More or less. Just don't give it to some silly child this time.
Let's get this over with.
Friend.
This food is a revelation. I can't help but smile when I eat it.
I did not expect much from the dining hall, but this does not disappoint.
Thank you very much.
It's all becoming clearer.
Not as hard as I thought. Looks like I'm getting it.
Ah, I finally get it!
That's what we're dealing with.
Not bad. You're lit. Not bad. Thanks for taking. Would you look? Would you look?
Rings back. You make. I've still got room to grow. Couldn't have done it. Who am I to? Rings back.
You could. Ooh. Ooh.
That was...
This... This...
That wasn't. Your. Like. Technique.
Professor.
I see.
Hi, Professor. That went really well.
Impressed yet?
Work.
Easy.
Next.
How could this... I pass.
Whoa!
Perfect comprehension.
Of course.
I had a bit.
What a waste of time.
Was there ever...
I'm sure. Figures. Okay.
Professor.
That looks appetizing.
Yeah, you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
Oh, my favorite food. You've got to try this.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
This
Flip this.
This is my...
Eating food all.
This is...
Looks good.
I would...
Wow. This is all...
Oh, this neat.
I'm...
This.
Yep.
Why are you out and about so late, Dimitri?
Hello, Flame. I could ask you the same thing.
Me? I was feeling restless and came here to think.
I see. I'm here for the same reason.
How funny. But, are you feeling well? You look fairly pale.
It's nothing. I just have a bit of a headache.
Oh my. Headaches are quite troublesome, are they not? I am sure it will subside soon. Actually, I am quite talented when it comes to healing magic. If you will allow me, I will have you feeling better in no time.
That's kind of you, but I'm fine.
But why not? Have I offended you somehow?
This headache is something I've dealt with for a while now. Ever since my family and friends were murdered before my eyes. I must never forget that day. I must never allow their deaths to be forgotten. I feel this headache as a reminder of sorts. Of those I failed to protect. And of their murderers who still roam free.
I see. That would explain your somber demeanor. Still, I do not agree with all you are saying. I feel that if I were your father or any of your dear friends whom you lost, I would want you to let go of me eventually. I would never want someone whom I care deeply for to be pained by the loss of me for eternity. And I doubt they would want that either.
Perhaps. Unfortunately, they have left this world, so I can no longer ask their preference.
We cannot ask them directly, but we can imagine how they might have felt. You know who they were as people. As for me, if I am ever to be but a memory in your future, I want you to remember me in a way that brings you joy. I would want you to smile when you recalled me, to feel warmed by the notion that I cherished your company. I cannot imagine I am the only one who feels this way. Surely, anyone who loved another would wish only for their peace and happiness. I must apologize. I was out of line, clearly. I must get some rest now. Please do not stay up too late yourself.
Good night, Flane. And... thank you.
Let's see. Has to be here somewhere. Oh, my princess! Pray tell, are you seeking a book?
Ferdinand, you should probably settle down a little with the princess talk. Just speak to me normally. My princess days are long gone.
I could not disagree more. To me, you will always be that dazzling songstress, that veritable princess of the opera. From ages 5 to 11, I never missed a single one of your performances. Seeing you on stage was like glimpsing heaven. I was overcome with bliss.
You're going a little overboard, and I think I may have something in my eye.
An elegant coalescence of beautiful song and frenetic swordplay. That was the most memorable aspect for me. On stage, weapon in hand, letting your ballads soar to the heavens. Honestly, the first time I held a sword, it was not to train. I was trying to do your sword dance.
I inspired your love of weaponry? How flattering.
Correct. It is all thanks to you.
Oh, come now. Although I'm honored if my stage presence had any such influence on your life.
The honor is all mine. You blessed me by returning to my life. No matter where I go, or who I end up marrying, my childhood memory of you is inscribed in the deepest depths of my heart. Is something the matter?
Oh, nothing. I just feel a little empty inside now.
Nice to see you, Yurikins. I was wondering if you might do me a favor.
You're looking a bit serious, Ladybird. Oh, your foot. What happened?
It's healing nicely, but I'm not supposed to put too much weight on it.
Ah, so that's why you've called me here. What do you need? Help with errands?
Not an errand, an opera.
I see.
There's been some loose plans for a performance. Nothing professional, strictly volunteer. I signed up to take part as one of the main roles. And then this happened. The professor told me I should bow out just to be on the safe side.
Makes sense to stay off your feet while you heal. Meanwhile, you want me to fill your role, right?
Got it in one. I'm glad we're on the same page here.
Surely someone else is up to the task. Professor Manuela, for example.
Already tried. Trust me, I wouldn't ask unless I was desperate. I knew how much you'd hate the idea.
Aside from hating it, I also wouldn't remotely sound like you do.
Oh, don't worry about that. Most of our audience won't be able to tell the difference. The crowd's going to be a bunch of down-on-their-luck children that the monastery's taken in. I'm only talking about a small festival in the plaza. We want to give them a good show, that's all. You have an idea of what they've been through. I thought you might want to pitch in.
I hear your angle. Fine, yes, I'll do it.
Good for you. I knew you'd rise to the occasion.
You certainly know how to pull heartstrings to get your way, don't you? Where did you learn to do that anyway? The opera?
Could be. I've never known a songstress who wasn't both beautiful and resourceful. Now, are you ready to go over the libretto? You've got a lot of rehearsing to do before the performance. Seriously, though. Thanks, Yurikins.
Yeah.
Hello, Gilbert. Done with your drills? That's a shame. I was just about to ask if you'd spar with me. Oh, bad timing.
Eh? As I understood, you wounded your arm in battle. Were you not told to avoid exerting yourself for some time, so as to not aggravate the injury?
The arm's all healed now. Thanks for asking. Besides, I have to keep exercising it or the muscle will waste away. Here I am, ready to spar.
Catherine, your wound was gravely deep and should be given time to heal.
It's not the first time I've gotten a scratch in battle. You needn't be concerned. Besides, eventually I'll lose this whole body, not just an arm. As a knight, I have to come to terms with the fact that I will die someday.
Please, speak not of such ill-omened thoughts. I could not bear to see you fall in battle, Cassandra. Oh, pardon me. I am quite sorry, Catherine.
Is something wrong? It's not like you to blurt that out where anyone could overhear.
I allowed my emotions to best my good sense. My deepest apologies.
It's not like anyone is looking for me in Garreg Mach, but still. Since we both have secrets to hide, we'd do well to watch our mouths. Right, Gustav?
Yes, agreed. It may be poor compensation for my gaffe, but I will aid you in your training if you are still interested. If you're completely certain you're healed and strong enough, that is.
Always so formal, eh? Still, I humbly accept your kind offer, good sir. Let's see how your land skills fare against me.
Mission accomplished. Let's pack up and get out of here.
Yes. Let's.
What's wrong? You don't seem like your usual self.
Oh, I'm still the same old Alois. Come on, let's head back before nightfall.
Don't try to hide it. You're making it obvious.
Shamir, can I ask you a stupid question?
That depends on how stupid it is.
You're a skilled sniper. You've completed countless missions. And in the process, you've taken countless lives.
Correct. And your point?
After a mission, do you ever think about the people you killed?
Never.
I see. Well, I guess that's the best way, huh? There's no point dwelling on it.
After all the lives you've taken, why worry about it now?
I've got everything packed up. I'm going to head back now. You should head home as well, before it gets too dark.
What a tiresome man.
Hey, Sedith. I got a delivery for you.
Thank you, Cyril. Would you mind waiting just a moment for me to confirm the contents?
Sure thing.
All seems to be accounted for. I lack the time to handle tasks of this kind myself. I appreciate you making the effort. Is there anything I can assist you with? Do you have any concerns?
Concerns? Nah, I'm happy just working for Lady Rhea. I got a way better life now than I ever did before.
If your better life is this frugal, I have to wonder what your previous experience was like. It must not have been easy before you came to us. But you should know that is in the past now. You are young, you should be enjoying life. Do not allow your past to overshadow that. Is there nothing you desire? We will support you in any way we can.
Really, there's nothing. Except... Nah, it's okay.
Except?
I don't got anywhere else to go, and I just want to be able to stay here forever. This place Lady Rhea gave me, it's the only place I know to call home.
I will keep that in mind.
Well, I got work to do. Excuse me.
Of course. I apologize for delaying you.
Hey!
This. It's. Not. Not. My. That.
You're... You're praised. Let.
I. Oh. I. Teacher. Got that sorted in note.
I've got it.
I'm a natural.
It's all coming.
I think.
Work.
It's all.
A true. I have. Whoa!
Perfect. Ha!
Of course.
Well.
Is this a...
I'm sure you. Figured. Okay.
Hey,
this.
The flavor is not.
This is quite delicious.
So you say, but you do not seem to be eating. Are you feeling all right, Gilbert?
This is delicious.
That.
I appreciate any good meal.
Eating food.
Eating.
Alphonse.
Smaller bites will make you look more.
I know.
There's no one I'd rather.
Listen to the others and harmonize. Work together. The same in music as on the battlefield.
Singing in tune with others.
All right then. Enough sparring for today?
Yes! That should suffice.
I must say, you've gotten good at seeing through my tricks. I can't mislead you so easily anymore.
I've made it my goal to read your aim and not give away anything through my body language.
But in hand-to-hand combat, your form needs work. On the battlefield, even if you lose your weapon, you can't ever stop fighting. Sink your teeth into their throats, kick them where it hurts. Do whatever it takes to survive.
Have you ever needed to employ such methods?
Not on the battlefield. I've never been in such a dire situation that I needed to. But at the tavern, loads of times. With a well-aimed boot, I've brought many a man to his knees. My point is, you can't hesitate to use dirty tactics. You have to grit your teeth and fight back. War isn't as pretty as it's made out to be in all those poems and songs. Sometimes, even as a knight, you have to do things that you might think are beneath you. You might even have to let innocent bystanders die. Are you prepared for that, Ingrid? Do you really want to be a knight, knowing what it entails?
I'm prepared to do whatever is requested of me, come what may. I will be a knight who loyally serves my king, just as you loyally serve Lady Rhea.
You've got me wrong. I'm loyal to the Archbishop, but only up to a point. I'd do anything in the world for Lady Rhea, except die. If she asked me to die for her, I wouldn't. Does that sound like a contradiction? Very well. That's just who I am.
You're right. It does sound like a contradiction. With all due respect, that isn't very knightly of you. I'm not sure I fully understand.
You will someday. Maybe not for a while, but you will. In the meantime, just don't die, okay?
I'll try my best.
Hey, Leone. Are you just getting back? Whoa, what's with the bag? It's huge!
Oh, this? I thought I'd get all my chores done at once. Guess it got a little out of hand. Sorry to be a pain, but could you help me out?
I'm happy to help. Where'd you go to get all this stuff?
Well, first it was just the cloth scraps from the tailor, and then it was the used oil from a restaurant in town. After that, it was the books the scholars didn't know what to do with. I mean, that was just on the way.
Whoa, it sounds like you did a lot of running around today.
It wasn't so bad. I just figured it would save time if I did it all in one trip.
You planned all that out? Impressive! What are you gonna do with all that stuff you got?
The scraps will be good for dishcloths, and I can make soap from the oil. The books are just to help with my studies.
You really can't let anything go to waste, can you?
Nope, can't stand the idea.
Who knew you were so thoughtful? I mean, with actual thinking ahead. You're so generous to everyone and always making me food. I never knew how much thought you must put into it.
I cook to relax, and it's nice seeing how enthusiastic you get about eating what I make. Whatever I give away is just the stuff that isn't useful to me. I pick up all sorts of things when I'm in town. Giving things like that to people who need them or who can actually use them makes sure they aren't wasted.
That makes sense. You've got to use up the stuff you've got after all. Hey, do you think you're like this because you didn't have much growing up?
I guess times were tough now that you mention it. The folks in my village definitely aren't rich. My dad had to go through a lot of trouble to get the recommendations I needed to attend the academy. That doesn't mean I've grown up to be stingy. It just means I don't like to squander. Anyway, enough of that. It's in poor taste to go on about your own hardships. I've always got time for a meal with a friend, and it so happens I picked up some choice meat today. Why don't we share it?
Now you're speaking my language.
Aw, are you sure? Thank you so much. You're always so kind to me. I'll have to repay you sometime. Lysithia? What are you doing there? Don't tell me you were listening just now and judging me getting other people to do my work for me. I've got better things to do.
Although, I do wonder why everyone is always so eager to help you. I only ask for help if they offer. I don't ever pressure people. So I've noticed. That's what strikes me as odd. I suppose they're just so taken with me, they want to help me out. I see. That would explain it. Oh dear, I was expecting you to argue, not to agree with me right away. There's no reason to deny what's clearly true. Everything about your outward appearance is immaculate and well thought out. Even your fingernails are always well kept and painted. No doubt your toenails are the same. I can't tell if you're complimenting me or accusing me of something. And you smell delightful, like candy. Or wait, am I catching a hint of floral? I'm so glad you noticed. It's oil extracted from a flower that only blooms at night. Floral oils, huh? I didn't think they had much use outside of homeopathy and house cleaning. I have some right here, actually. Here, I can give you a splash. There we go. I put it on your wrists, so you'll want to rub them together. Body heat is what activates the scent. Your wrists and your neck are relatively warm, so they're good spots to apply the fragrance. For a very subtle fragrance, you can also try putting it under your clothing. So, what do you think? It's lovely. Now I smell just like you, Hilda. Somehow, this makes me feel a little more mature. Thank you. So that's it. She just wants to feel more grown up. She's hard to read, that one. That smile, though. Who knew she could be so cute?
Just age is no.
Goodness. Who am I? Brings.
I'm getting the
What now?
You better than.
Professor.
This
I know it's tradition.
Like
Yours. I think that.
It seems
There's so much left. I've learned a thing or two.
Thank you very much.
We're
easy.
It's all.
I
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Well.
Was there a...
Easy peasy.
Hey.
Hey!
Perhaps.
Professor.
This is my...
This is...
I would...
Oh, my... This...
It's nice.
I
That...
I'm great.
Listen to...
It is...
What?
Worthless! Next time, bring your friends. Too easy. Next time, bring your... Another win. Another win. Another win. Too easy. Why am I even here? Why am I even here? Next time, bring your fr-
You're going. It feels like.
Here you are, Gilbert. Have you finished your prayers?
Ah, Your Highness. This...
But you and I are the only ones present, so I suppose I should not call you Gilbert. Gustav. It's been a while, hasn't it? Around 3 years, I believe.
Your Highness, I must deeply apologize for leaving the kingdom without permission.
There is no need to explain, old friend. I can guess at your reasons. The tragedy of Dusker. You felt responsible for that incident and sought respite in the goddess, abandoning your name, rank, and homeland in repentance. Am I right?
I have no excuses to offer. It was all I could think to do.
I always knew you for a pious man, and I figured that if you were to leave, this is where you would end up. You have changed much. Your face does not have the same resolve it once did.
If I may, Your Highness, you have changed as well.
I can't disagree.
It was my duty to protect His Majesty, your father. Naturally, that also included Lady Patricia and yourself as well.
My father and mother are gone. No amount of regret will bring them back.
My dreams are haunted by the thought that, had I arrived at Dusker more swiftly...
You saved my life at Dusker. I have only gratitude for you, no blame to speak of. Return to the kingdom, Gustav. I need your strength to help rebuild the rotten husk that Fargus has become.
Please, I beg your forgiveness, but there is no place left for me in that land.
I see. Though much has changed, your stubbornness remains. I have no desire to trouble you. If you do not wish to return, that is your choice to make. But I do advise you to at least visit the place of your birth. If only for your family's sake.
Yes, Your Highness. Thank you. I appreciate your concern.
It's all...
Looks as if...
perfect. Huh?
Well, what?
Is this a...
I'm sure. Easy peasy. Thank you very much.
We've got to go. Now. The situation in Ramire Village has changed drastically. We don't know much more than that. We're hearing reports that the villagers are killing each other. Some say houses are burning. Regardless, we need to move.
Kill! Kill!
Help! Somebody please help!
What's going on here?
Don't waste your time on me. Saving the villagers is far more important. We haven't a moment to lose.
What can we do amid such confusion?
We'll have to take up arms against the villagers who are rampaging. If we strike carefully, it should be possible to spare their lives.
Oh dear. Isn't there a more peaceful way to deal with this?
No matter how long it takes, we'll need to check and rescue them all, one at a time.
Those who have gone mad may be victims themselves. Is it possible to save them?
Well, saving the poor people who aren't crazy is definitely our top priority. Let's get on with it.
Slow down, Annette. It won't do anyone any good if we panic and get injured ourselves.
Isn't that... Your Highness, suspicious figures spotted in the village. They seem to be watching the chaos.
Are they the ones responsible for this madness? If so, it's clear what must be done. Kill them all. Don't let a single one of them escape. Sever their limbs and crush their wicked skulls!
I think I'm gonna wrap up stream there. I got some stuff I gotta do in a few hours. Have a good night, everybody.